Hello flutes and welcome to this blinding lights session. This is Flute 2 with Miss Gonçalves, and in today's lesson we're going to be looking at intro, verse 1 and pre-chorus. But before we get started, remember to do a physical warm-up, but you can use the physical warm-ups on our YouTube playlist with Miss Bissell. And the other thing I wanted to remind you is that you can pause or you can rewind at any point during the lesson if you need to do anything again. To pause, just press on the keyboard, on the K on the keyboard, or click on the pause button. And to rewind, you can just click on the playback bar, that's the red line, and drag it where you'd like to play from. Okay, so before anything else, we're going to work on our G natural minor scale, and this is a new scale. So there are a few things we need to talk about before we do it. This scale has B flats and E flats in the key signature, and you can see it here. Okay, so B flat here and E flat. So that means that all the B's and all the E's will be flat. Now, you've got a diagram here at the bottom showing you how to play a B flat. So just to simplify it, this is as if the flute is lying down, okay? And this first black note here is the B. So you need to cover the B, okay? And you also need to cover the back key, so with your thumb, the long one, okay? And then, for it to be a B flat and not a B, you need to press your F key, okay? So that's 3 keys up from your pinky. And of course you need to keep your pinky down as well, okay? So this is a B flat, and it sounds like this. And the difference between a B and a B flat is this is a B, and this is a B flat. Okay, so the B flat makes the note a little bit lower. Great, and then the other note that we need to talk about is E flats. E flat is the same as a D sharp. So if you've come across a D sharp and you know how to play it, then it's exactly the same as an E flat. Okay, so how do you play a D sharp or E flat? You press all the keys. So basically you play a middle D, a normal D. Okay, so that's all fingers down, pinky up and B up, and then to make it E flat or D sharp, you just keep your pinky down. Okay, so that's going to make the note slightly higher. Now, this is a normal D, and this is a D sharp or E flat. So all I've done was to put my pinky down on the pinky key. Okay, now we're going to play this scale really slowly at first, and I'm going to play it first, and I want you to mime while I play. Okay, so just checking the notes to see that you know all the notes, and it's going by steps, so it's really easy to use our musical alphabet. So we start on a G, that's our G clef here, so we start on the second line G, okay, and then we go up A, then B flat, and we're going to call it Bess, so it's easier and quicker to say. Bess, then C, all by step, D, E flat or S, F, G, and we reached the top of the scale. So from here we go down again to an F, S or E flat, D, C, Bess or B flat, A, and finally G. Okay, so I'm going to play this scale in 2-beat notes, so 2, 2, nice and slow, and you are going to mime the notes. Okay, here we go. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now it's your turn. I'm going to mime it, say the notes in mime, and you are going to play the scale. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, back down, F, E flat, D, C, B flat, A, G. Good job. Now, things that you might feel that might be tricky at this stage. Going from D to E flat is easy, right? Because you just need to put your pinky down. That's fine. But then going from E flat to F, you need to make sure you keep your first finger up for E flat, and then you put it down when you go to an F. Okay? So if I were you, I'd practice that transition a bit. So okay, and stay on that until you feel completely comfortable. Now, we're going to move on, and we're going to do the same scale, but in crotchets. Okay, so a little bit faster. Again, I'm going to play it, I want you to mime it, and then we do the opposite. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. At any point, if you need to pause the video, please do so. Fantastic. And this time you're going to play, and I'm going to mime and say the notes. And I'll say Bess and S instead of B flat and E flat, just because we're getting faster. We're playing it faster, so it's easier to call it something short. Okay, something shorter. Here we go. So make sure you're playing, flutes up. I'm going to mime and say the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, A, B, C, D, S, F, G, F, S, D, C, B, A, G. Good job. And this is our G natural minor scale. Now, why have we been doing a G natural minor scale? Well, because the piece that we are doing now, Blinding Lights, uses that key signature, okay? So the first thing we need to talk about is exactly that, our key signature. So B flat and E flat, like you had on the scale, all the B's and all the E's will be flat, okay? So Bess and S. Now, the next thing to bear in mind are our sections. Now, in any pop song like this one, you will find different sections in the piece. Okay, so you will find the chorus, the verses, maybe the introduction. So the section we're going to be working on today is the intro. Okay, and then oh yes, rehearsal marks. Now this you will see in your music. Capital letters, so in this case it's an A, so you're going to see A, B, C, D and so on. Those are not musical notes, okay, so we use them as rehearsal marks, so they are placed in strategic places, and it's very easy when you're rehearsing it and the conductor wants you to go from a certain place, it's very easy to go, right, can we play from figure A, okay, and immediately your eyes go to the capital A, and you know exactly where you are, and you don't have to count any bars or anything like that. Okay, so it really helps to speed things up when you're rehearsing, and we're going to see a lot of that. Okay, next thing to bear in mind are the ties. We have lots of ties in this piece, and that helps create a really interesting rhythms, really funky rhythms. A lot of syncopations. So that's when the beat falls on a weaker part of the beat, okay? So when the rhythm falls on a weaker part of the beat, and you'll see that quite a lot. But that makes it very interesting. And now the next step will be to say the Kadai sounds for this entire section. Yes, let's just try the whole section saying the Kadai sounds, okay? Now, this is tricky, and the rhythms are tricky, but I'm sure you're going to be able to do them. Just take it slowly. If you need to take it even slower than what I'm going to do now, just do it. That's absolutely fine. I had to practice a little bit as well. So let's give it a go. Anything? Oh yes. So the reason I added these Kadai sounds was to remind you that when you have a tie, let me just go back to this slide. So a tie, in a tie, when you have a tie, you have to add up these note values. So it can be between two notes or more than two notes, and basically you add up both their values together. So in this case, for instance, this is a quaver, this is a crotchet, so this is a T, this is a ta, and together it makes 1.5 beats. So that's a te, okay? So a dotted crotchet. So when we say the Kadai sounds, we're going to call this a te, okay? And te here, te, te, te. Now, when you can't really say the Kadai sounds and it's a tie, we're going to call it tie, okay? Because sometimes it's just not possible to say all the sounds. And I think that's it. Right, so let's say the Kadai sounds for the entire section. Here we go. We're going to take it slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta, ta, ti, 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 te, ta, ta, ti, 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 te, ti, 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 te, ti, 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 ta, te, sorry, ta, te, tika, tika, tu, te, ti, 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 te, tu, te, ti, 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 te, ti, ta, ta, te, ti, ta, 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 ta. Very good. I'm sorry, I made a mistake around here. I think it was here, wasn't it? So I'm just going to do the second line to make sure that we've got it and that I've got it. Here we go. Second line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ti, ti, ti. Sorry. Oh, I lost my mouse there. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ti, 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 te. Ti, 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 ta, te. And so on. Okay? Very, very good. Let's now try and say the note names, and I'm going to give you 10 seconds to look at the music and see if there are any notes that you're not so sure about. Okay, so 10 seconds. Great. Now, the only notes that you might be unsure are this one here. That's an E, but it's an E flat. So I'll show you in a minute how to play a low E flat. Then the other one is the low D. I think you might have seen it before, but it's quite a low note, and you need to blow it very carefully. Okay. What else? Yeah, I think that's about it, because the rest are Ds, B flats, As, Gs. So that's quite straightforward. Okay, so let's say the note names for this section. Okay, here we go. After 4. And remember that we call B flats Bess, and if you have an E flat, it's going to be an S. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, 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 Bess, S, G, 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 Bess, D, G, D, Bess, A, F, D, Bess, A, F, 8, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, F, G, A, S. Oh, F G A bess G G G G bess S G G G G G bess D G D bess A F D bess A F A. That's it, and I made a few mistakes there. I'm so sorry. Right, and well, this is just to show you how it can be tricky. But if you manage to do this, if you manage to say your rhythms and you manage to say your note names, playing will be a piece of cake, okay? And that's what we want. And also, even if you make mistakes like I did, the whole process is the important thing, okay? So this is not about saying it perfectly. It's the whole process behind it, okay? Okay, so let's now try and say the notes and mime them on our flutes, okay? If saying the notes and miming is too difficult at this stage, either just pause, go back, rewind, and do it again, or I'll say the note names out loud. So maybe you just mime it for now, okay? And then you can try it again later. Right, let's give it a go. Let me just check my G. So you don't need to play. I'm just going to try and sing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G G G G bess S G G G G G bess D G D bess A F D bess A F A. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. F G A bess G G G G bess S G G G G G bess D G D bess A F D bess A F A. Very, very good. Now this goes a little bit too low for me, so I couldn't really sing it properly. Now we're going to try and should we just try and play it? Yeah. Be careful with the semiquavers in bar 8, just before figure A. If you find that really, really tricky, just leave them out, and that's absolutely fine, and you come in on the G, okay? But if you want to give it a go, so F, G, A, B flat, G. Just practice it slowly first. Yeah? Just spend a little bit of time on that and you'll be absolutely fine. Now, one thing to remember, low E flats. So I showed you how to play a middle E flat on the scale. So that was normal D with a pinky. Now for a low E flat, all you have to do is put your first finger down. So it's all the fingers down except your left hand pinky that you don't use that much anyway. So it sounds like this, all the fingers down, no, except left hand pinky. Okay, and you should really feel the flute vibrating because it's nice and low. And then low D, you just lift your pinky. So you're going from low E flat to low D, you just need to lift your pinky. E flat, D. Okay, right, let's try and play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, 4, 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4. Very, very good. Right, let's try playing it a little bit faster. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. I played a D instead of an E flat. Okay, so bear in mind that's an E flat. Well done. Right, we're going to move on and we're going to be looking at okay, verse 1. And this is a lot easier than what we were doing before. To start with, we have our, so verse 1, as I said, that's our new section. And then we have rehearsal marks B and C. Now B, you actually don't play in it. Okay, so you've got 8 bars of rest. And you count them by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3. If that's confusing, you can always count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just keep doing it with your fingers as well, so you keep track of how many bars you've counted. Okay, so we're going to move on to section C. In terms of rhythm, let me just show you what I've done. Because you have to hold, so these are ties, obviously, but because you have to hold them for quite a long time, I've put numbers, okay, instead of sounds, just because it's easier to keep track of those long ties. So each one of these is 4 beats long. So when you add both, obviously you have 8 beats. Okay, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, holding the note. Same here, and then here you have to hold it for 6 beats. Okay, so I've just added the numbers to help you. And the other thing you need to be aware of are the dynamics. Okay, so we need to start each of these long notes really quietly. Okay, so pianissimo. So you start quiet, hang on, D, and then quiet again, D. So it's coming in, going, okay? And I think that's it. So actually we can just try and play because it's just D's, isn't it? Right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this time I'm going to count for you and you play it. So get ready, flutes up on a D, get ready for a D. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. D, 5, 6, 7, 8. D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, D. And that's it. Okay, fantastic. This is probably the easiest section. And now, moving on, we have our pre-chorus. Okay, so let's go through the rhythm. Let's go through the kudai sounds. I've added the ties just to help you out. And yeah, let's just give it a go. This can be a little bit tricky as well, but we'll do it slowly. Here we go. After 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ta ta ti ta 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 te. Ta ti ta 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 te. Ta ti ta 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 te. Ti ti ta. Fantastic. Let's now say the note names. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds to figure out what the notes are for those 2 lines. Okay, they repeat a lot. So 10 seconds. Great. If you need a bit more time, just pause the video. Fantastic. So we start on a G. Second line, this is where we start drawing our G clef, so it's easy easy to spot. And then we go 1, 2, 3 steps up. Okay, so G, A, B, C. This is a C. C, C, C. We stay on C, C, C. And then 1 step down from C. What note do you have? B. Well done. And this is a B flat. Remember? Bess. So Bess, 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 Bess. And then it stays on B flat. And finally move down to an A. And then down to a G. And then another step down to an F. Okay, and that's it. So let's say the note names with the correct rhythm as well. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, C, 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 C. Bess, 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 Bess. Bess, 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 Bess. A, G, F. Okay, fantastic. Let's now say in mime. Here we go. Say in mime. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, C, 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 C. Bess, 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 Bess. Bess, 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 Bess. A, G, F. Well done. Okay, let's try and play it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so on. Very good. I think that we could actually play it just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit faster, so we get used to it. 1, get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ma. Very good. Okay, let's try playing the whole piece through now. Okay, get ready. The backing track goes quite fast, but you know that. Here we go. Flute up, ready on a G. So remember G, 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 Bess, yes, G, G, G. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. Well done. I will see you next time for lesson number 2, and until then, just practice as much as you can, and I hope you have fun playing this piece. Bye.